Good Erev Shabbos Kodesh Parshas Chukas Tafshin Pei Beis 5782 from Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. What is a chayk? A chayk is a halacha and a rule in which we're given through the Torah, where the reasoning is beyond the comprehension of the human mind, and therefore it's not mentioned. There, for example, in this week's parsha, Adam Kiyamas Bahayil, a man, when it happens that he dies in the tent, here's what you need to do. These are chukim. You don't even you don't need to understand why he was nifter. It's beyond our comprehension. We leave that up to Hashem to deal with. Another example of a chayk is the mitzvah of the parah aduma. And by the mitzvah of the parah aduma, Rashi tells us that the reason for the parah aduma was to be mechaper for the chet egel. To do tshuva for the chet egel. 1 second. If Shlomo Melech HaChacham Mikol Adam tells us, I thought I understood the reasoning for all mitzvahs, but when it came to parah aduma, I got lost. I don't understand what the reasoning behind it is and how it works. How can, and he's the Chacham, the wisest of all men, how can Rashi then tell us that the reasoning for the chet egel was a kapara of the parah aduma? You see, the human body is made up of 365 veins and arteries that connect the heart to all the different, and blood, and gets the blood pumping to all the different parts of the body that are made up of the 248 limbs in the body. Okay? And if one of those 365 or 248 are not functioning properly, it's not a pretty picture, and you have to see a doctor. Correct? So when it comes to understanding the mitzvahs in the Torah, so many times, right, you can understand that a person, in order to have energy to function as a human being, he needs to eat, he needs to sleep. And that can be logically explained sometimes. Okay? If you take a knife and cut your hand, you understand you will bleed. Okay? But sometimes a doctor will put a person on a regimen and he has no idea how that works. But that's okay. See, the Torah that God is written by the Kol Yachol, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who's mitzvah us in how to use this world that He created, with 365 mitzvahs, where He tells us what we should do, and 248 times where He gives us mitzvahs and tells us what not to do. And sometimes there's a reason, and sometimes there isn't. But that's what we do. We do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us we should do. Because the roadway to hell is paved with good intentions. It's not our mission, it's not our job to walk around and try to find new Torahs and new halachas to create. That's not our mission. As a matter of fact, the chet egel came from a place of good intentions. We need a leader. Moshe Rabbeinu is no longer with us. That's how that came. From good intentions. But the biggest mistake, and the way that we can, the atonement and the tshuva for such a thing, is a parah aduma, a mitzvah where we have no intentions. We have no idea why we're doing it. The reasoning for the parah aduma is well beyond our comprehension. But the fact that we're doing such a mitzvah is the tshuva for doing something when we had good intentions and we thought we knew what we were doing. We have to take that message to heart when in whatever we're doing, is that sometimes we can know why this is the right thing to do, and sometimes we do the right thing to do even if we don't know why it's the right thing to do. And then we'll be doing the right thing to do. Thank you so much for listening. As always, any questions, comments, or feedback, leave in the comment section below. Have a Heilige Zisa Tayar Shabbos.